Hi and welcome to my video. Today I'm going to do the anti-TBR tag. So I haven't filmed very much at all lately and I've been feeling a little bit, as I said previously, uninspired for videos. I feel like I've been prioritising other things. I haven't really been filming. I haven't read a whole lot of, I guess, very meaningful books lately, or books that really made me want to talk about them. So I thought maybe do something a bit more fun and different and do the anti-TBR tag, and I've got all the questions written down, so I look down, it's because I'm reading, but I'm a little bit excited. Hopefully nothing I have to say is too controversial, but we'll see how it goes. So the first question on the anti-TBR tag is, what is a popular book that everyone loves that you have no interest in reading? So for me, I feel like there's loads, to be honest. I don't really read very many new releases. I don't read like YA or like YA fantasy, so I don't read like all of those basically. But one book specifically is probably like Get a Life, Chloe Brown by, what's she called, Talia Hibbert. I've no interest in reading that. I've seen her books all over BookTube, so like, what is it? Take a Hint, Danny Brown, and there's been a new one recently, but Get a Life, Chloe Brown was the first one in this like kind of series, I guess, and I just have absolutely no desire to read it. And I think people love this book. It's supposed to be really cute and nice and romance and stuff, but that's just not me at all. I have no interest in cutesy romances, and that's not to throw shade at them. I don't know, I just have absolutely no interest in reading it at all. The second question is a classic book or author you have no interest in reading. For me, this one made me laugh a little bit. I took a while to think about it because I feel like there's quite a few books classic books that I don't really care for or don't really have any interest in pursuing. But one that stuck out for me is Dracula by Bram Stoker. And I would have thought I would really, really want to read this book because it's a classic. It's like the OG of horror, isn't it? It's like very me. But after my traumatising time with Frankenstein, which was so goddamn boring, I just don't think I can do it. I've heard other people say that Dracula is really boring, and I just can't go through it again. I can't have another Frankenstein repeat where I just hate the main character so much. I just can't do it. So I have absolutely no interest in ever reading Dracula, basically, for now. Number 3 is a problematic author whose books you have no interest in reading. So this one was not hard for me at all. J.K. Rowling. I have no interest in reading her books. I've never read a single J.K. Rowling book, which might be a surprise because everyone of like my generation has read Harry Potter, basically, and whatever. But not me. I have no interest in reading J.K. Rowling's books. I will not support her in any way, monetary, through social media, through BookTube. I will not support her ever. She is transphobic. She has made some very questionable comments with her books and backtracking, and she's hurt a lot of people and let down a lot of people, and I'm not down for it, so I have no interest in reading any of her stuff. Number 4 is an author who you've read a couple of books from, but you've realised that they're not for you. That was an easy one as well, because I talked about this author before, and they are Chuck Palahniuk. I have absolutely no interest in reading anything else he's written. I've read, how many of his books? 2 of his books. I've read Fight Club, and I've read Haunted, and I own Fight Club 2, and I can't do it. I gave him a good go. He sucks. I talked about him before. I really, really, really think he hates women. I just don't like the way he writes. He's obviously a genius. He came up with Fight Club, so he's obviously a genius. You know, he has such good ideas. He's obviously inspired so many people. Some people really value his work. I mean, Fight Club the film is so popular, but I just can't do it. I just can't deal with his really jarring. I just can't deal with his writing style. It's super jarring. Ugh. So number 5 is a genre you have no interest in, or a genre you have tried to get into but couldn't. So I kind of mentioned in my first answer that I have really no interest in contemporary romance or historical romance, basically. So really modern romance is the sort of like, you know, there's like Red, White and Royal Blue and all those things that have come out recently. I just don't have any interest in them. It's not because I hate romance at all. A lot of the books I read will have like romances in them, but I just can't deal with the contemporary romances. They're all so cute and like, it's just, I read because I want to feel moved in some way, emotionally, so I prefer sort of emotionally tormenting books rather than emotionally like nice books. But I'm not saying that all romances are the same, and I know that some people absolutely love them, but they're just not for me, really. Same goes for historical romances. There's a lot of books I've seen out there like, you know, like Viking romance, or like, ooh, I'm the king's maiden and he saved me, and that. Just not to sort of put down anyone that really, really enjoys that genre. If you like it, go for it. I love like horror and twisted stuff, so that's fine. Each to their own. But for me personally, just like, it's not for me. It's just no. So number 6 is a book you have bought and will never read. So a book I have bought, which I bought literally years ago, like must be over 4 years ago, and I will never ever read it, haven't read it then, will never read it now, is The Life of Pi. I bought this book with all good intentions to read it. I'd never seen the film, still haven't seen the film, and I wanted to read the book first, but then I found out that the author has been in a lot of controversy, and that really, really put me off. And I'm not going to go into details of it now, because I don't really know a whole load about it, but from what I've heard, it's not good, and it just puts me off. And I don't want to support something that I don't feel, when I don't support the author, I don't feel totally comfortable with the author. And I know there are some series and books I read with authors that are kind of questionable or controversial, but something like with a modern author like that, I don't know. If you want to know more about him, then maybe look it up, but it kind of put me off a little bit, so I probably will unhaul Life of Pi. I've kept on hold of it just in case I change my mind, but I just haven't, so I guess I should unhaul it really and just get rid of it. So number 7 is a series you have no interest in reading, or a series you've started and have DNF'd. So I kind of already mentioned this. I talked about J.K. Rowling in my previous question. Harry Potter. I've never read Harry Potter. I have no interest in reading Harry Potter. It's really weird because everyone around me used to read it when I was younger. Like my sister read it, and people at school would read it. But I just never felt drawn to it. I've watched the films all, but have I watched all the films? I might have watched all the films, but I don't know, it just doesn't do it for me. I just don't get the Harry Potter thing. Maybe it's because I haven't read the books, to be honest, but I just don't have any interest in it. And now that J.K. Rowling is such a bad person, I'm definitely not going to read them now, so I guess I just missed that trend. So I'm not going to read Harry Potter. Also, I already mentioned Fight Club. So I've got the book here, Fight Club 2. So Fight Club 1 is like a novel. It's also a film, and yeah, it's a novel. But Fight Club 2 is a graphic novel. You know, I don't know if I can flip through. Story time. I'd already read Haunted mostly read Haunted by Chuck Palahniuk, and I hated it. And I was like, yeah, I don't like his writing, I don't like him, I don't want to read it. I don't read any more of his stuff. But then my partner said, oh, you should read Fight Club. So I was like, fine, I'll read Fight Club, with this whole intention of like, well, maybe the graphic novel will be better. So I was like, I'll read Fight Club 1, get it out of the way, and then the graphic novel will be better, and I can totally enjoy it. I made my way through Fight Club 1, got to the end, and then picked up Fight Club 2, and just seeing Chuck's name at the bottom just made me think, I can't do this, I just can't do it. And I skimmed through the first few pages, and I just thought, I can't do it, I can't do this, nope, I'm not doing it. So Fight Club 2, or the Fight Club series, I don't know if there's more books in it, I've checked, I will never check, I will never know, I just can't do it. So yeah. And the last question is a new release you have no interest in reading. That was not hard either. Ready Player 2. Oh my god, I will not read it. I read Ready Player 1 last year, and I rated it 3 stars. I felt like I really enjoyed it, but not like as much as other people. I think after a while, getting hit in the face with 80s references kind of got a bit draining. I felt drained by the end of the book. It was entertaining though, it's a bit of a wild ride. I hated the main protagonist. I think he's a douche. I really didn't like him. But I enjoyed it overall. It's really entertaining. It was something fun to read during lockdown. It was great. But I think I read it when did I read it? Maybe November, or maybe October. or September. It was like, I think it was before I started this channel. But as time has gone on, the more I think about Ready Player One, the more I hate it. I don't know what that is. I kind of enjoyed it. It was good the first time, but the more I thought about it and the more I've unpacked it in my mind and processed it, the more I'm like, I didn't enjoy that. I really, really did not like the main character, and I really, really didn't enjoy it. So it's probably gone from a 3-star to a 2-star in my mind. And so I'm not going to read the second one. I can't do it. And from the reviews I've seen on BookTube and on Goodreads from other people who have read Ready Player 2, it's been trash. And I was like, well, I'm glad I had decided not to invest in that. So that's it for me. That's all the questions. Like I said before, I'm not trying to throw shade on books or genres that people enjoy. It's just my opinion. But yeah, but that's me. That's my anti-TBR tag. I wasn't tagged by anyone to do this. I just decided to do it because I needed a boost and a refresh for the channel because I've just felt so unmotivated. So hopefully you enjoyed. It's quite fun thinking about this, something a bit different. But happy reading, and I'll see you around.